Mission Winners, finding winners, making leaders. Hello everybody, my name is Pat Walker and I'd like to welcome you to Mission Winners. And I'm thankful that you're here. I'd like to tell you what I want to provide for you. And I need to stress, this website is not about me, it's about you. And my goal is this: I want to educate you. I want to train you. I want to train your eyes and your mind to help you become a better investor. One of the ways we're going to do that is we're going to look at charts. We're going to look at a lot of different charts. Bill O'Neill's been called one of the greatest investors of all times. And what did Bill O'Neill do? What did Jesse Livermore do? What did Gerald Loeb do? What did Ed Seykota do? What did Mark Minervini do? All of these great investors studied past winners. And we're going to do the same thing. Not just from the last year, but through history. Companies that made huge moves, big enough price moves that if you had bought them at the right time, it could materially change your life. So what are we going to look at? We're going to study charts and the nuances of charts. We'll look at daily charts. We'll look at weekly charts. We're going to look at hourly charts and 30-minute charts. Why? To train our eyes on what to look for with winners. That's a huge part of this game. Our goal is this: to constantly strive to find the spot where it's the low-risk entry spot, where the path of least resistance changes, that we can enter into that trade and volume floods the stock. I have a quote, and I say it a lot, and I post it a lot on the Mission Winners site. Two quotes: I'll believe in what I see and not in what I believe. That's a quote from David Landry, who I really respect. And the other idea is this: it's not what's before our eyes that counts, it's what's between our ears. We're going to straighten up our head so that we can invest well. If we have problems going on emotionally in our lives, it impacts our investing. So let's talk a little bit about charts. We're going to study the charts, again, of past winners. But we're going to not just go through the big picture. We are going to go through bar by bar to show you the nuances of the charts. This is something most people don't do. And I've been to advanced level CanSlim classes. I've had lunch with Bill O'Neill twice, and I'm very thankful for that. We are going to take a look at the charts. We're going to look at the open. We're going to look at the high. We're going to look at the low. We're going to look at the close, bar by bar. But we'll take it a step further. We're also going to combine volume with it. Eventually, by so doing, you'll train your eyes and you'll train your mind on what to look for. So that's the chart side of things. But then we take it a step further. We look at the fundamentals. It's been proven that 49% of a stock price's movement is related to the industry group that it's in and the sector that it's in. So what do? We stratify that idea with list of industry groups, ranked, the top groups up at the top and on down. And we key on stocks in the top 20 groups. That's where mission comes from, Mission Winners. The M stands for markets. The I stands for industry groups. The S stands for sectors, the industry sector. The second S in mission stands for the stock itself. IBD research points out 49% of a stock price's movement is related basically to those first three things. And then we talk about the stock, and we look at the company's earnings, and we look at their sales. We'll look at return on equity. We'll analyze earnings estimates going forward. You can say, this is a lot of work. It's really not. If we have it organized and our system stratified, it's easy to do. And our goal is this: to save time. I want to make us more efficient, a better use of time. There's a quote, and you've heard this before: the greatest asset we have is our time. And I disagree. Not out of disrespect to the individual who originally said that quote. It's a great thought. The greatest asset you and I have is our time? No. You have 24 hours a day, and I have 24 hours a day. What will set us apart from others is how we use that time. We're going to be organized in a way that we use our time wisely. So we go in and we take a look at the charts. But before we can find the charts, we have to have a specific method on how we're going to find those stocks. So we start with the industry group ranks. We look for leading groups and we look for leading stocks. So you've got MISS, markets, industries, sectors, stocks, institutional support. You've got to have the institutions, the mutual funds and the ETFs buying the stock. O stands for outstanding, an outstanding product or an outstanding service, outstanding management. They do things better than anybody else. I'm going to give you an example. You're going to buy something online. Who do you go through? You go through Amazon. You're going to do an internet search. You don't go to Bing. You go to Google. You get my point. You're going to watch a movie online. You go through Netflix. We go through the franchise companies, the companies that do things better than anybody else. Oh, outstanding. And then finally, the N in mission, the N. And this is a huge part of the game. Never say never. Never say never. A huge part of this game, the biggest part, it's not what's before our eyes, it's what's between our ears. So we need to develop a positive mindset. What we will be doing in our group is we will be going through and talking about how to become a better investor and addressing the issues of a positive mindset. Because I'll tell you the truth, if you don't have a positive mindset, this is an uphill fight. If you've got things going on in your life that make it difficult, it's just going to be an uphill fight for you. I know. I've been there myself with different issues going on in my lifetime. I'd also like to share this with you. We'll discuss stocks, we'll discuss industry groups, we'll also discuss ETFs. If I pulled up a chart on an ETF of, I'll use an example, the home building stocks, the ticker symbol's XHB. You all know it, XHB. And you see the ETF chart going like this, moving up in price. Guess what we're going to do? We systematize things. We'll look at home building stocks. We'll try to find ones that are leaders in their field, that are outstanding leaders in their fields. There's the O in mission, and strive to capitalize on those. We'll look for a clean and simple entry, a clean and simple chart pattern. I have a philosophy. A clean and simple entry will give you a clean and simple exit if you're wrong. And will we be wrong? Yeah, we're going to be wrong. But what do, folks? We limit our losses. Every stock that we find is bigger than any of us. It's bigger than all of us combined. So we always limit losses. We buy at the right time. We let trends work for us. I want to get into the issue of trends for you. Trending. I like to find stocks that are trending up the 50-day moving average line, the 20-day moving average line, and the 8 exponential moving average line. By so doing, we get in line with trends. And a lot of people say, you'll never go broke taking a profit. I disagree. If your losses are bigger than your profits, you'll go broke taking profits. So what do we have to do? We have to find a way to enter the stock at the right time, where the path of least resistance changes. But then what we need to do, we have to find a way to ride some of our shares for as long as it's good. How long is it good? As long as those moving averages are moving up, we'll stay with the investment. I don't say trade, we'll stay with the investment. Which leads to another point for you. I'm not a day trader. I'm not a 5-minute in and out guy. I've tried it and I couldn't do it. I lost money. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong for you. That's not my point. Everybody has to find what fits them. Mission Winners, I hope, will help you find what fits you. Fits you mentally and emotionally and financially with your goals. But 5-minute charts, it's too stressful. It's too fast. And I used to have 5-minute charts up on my computer. And I have to tell you the truth. I had a daily chart on the left and a 5-minute chart on the right. And I'd be watching it, and on the 5-minute chart, I'd see it starting to drop, and I go, oh gosh, I got to get it out. And I'd sell the stock. And 2 days later, it'd be higher in price. Let's not get wrapped up in that type of mindset. My goal is to help you become a better investor. But it's more than just investing. Mission Winners. Our motto is this: finding winners, making leaders. When we start experiencing success in various aspects of our life. It enriches our life. It makes us better. Now, we're not going to walk around and be egotistical and brash. We'll be humble. We'll be thankful. We'll be grateful. But we will be better at finding stocks, but it will relieve stress in our life. It will help us become more productive. It will help us financially. It will help us support ourselves. It will help us support our families. And I'd like to finish with a quote, and it's mine. I will have succeeded when you don't need me anymore. My goal is to get to the point that you can develop your own list, that you can find your own stocks, that you can find the proper entry point, the low risk entry point, and you can let it work for you. That's my goal, and I'm thankful you're part of our team.